I'd like to introduce Dr. Barry Fennell, yes, from Knowledge Transfer Ireland, and I think Knowledge Transfer Ireland was mentioned earlier and is an innovation in itself in terms of getting the knowledge out of the universities and the colleges into commercialisation. Barry's going to tell us all about it.
Okay, thank you very much, Dennis. So I'm Barry Fennell. I'm based in KTI, which is located in Enterprise Ireland, and just I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes or so telling you about KTI, why it was established, and what we're trying to do in KTI itself. A little bit about me. I joined the team since the start of this year. Prior to that, I was involved in ESA, European Space Agency programs. I was involved in FP7 Space. Going back further, I was involved in, some of you are familiar with the EI Commercialisation Fund. I looked after the Proof of Concept program. So now, as I say, I'm in KTI, primarily focusing on industry, academic collaboration and promotion of same. So KTI was established and set up in recognition of the fact that significant investment has been made in publicly funded research, and under the realization that there's a lot of valuable IP in the system, and what we're all interested in doing is getting that IP out into the marketplace, commercializing it, developing new products, technologies, new export-led sales and services, etc., fundamentally creating new job opportunities and growth. So that's the reason for the establishment of KTI, essentially. So I don't expect you to read all the text on the slides, but nevertheless, we can summarize KTI's existence under 3 goals, or headings, if you like. One being to enable business to leverage the commercial potential of various research by connecting those two communities, industry and academia. 2, importantly, take the guesswork out of knowledge transfer by providing a predictable knowledge transfer system. So what does that mean? Well, as I understand it, when industry previously engaged with the RPOs, the research performing organizations, or the HEIs, you may have got different approaches or different responses from different organizations. And I think what everybody is interested in doing is introducing a consistency of approach around all things IP related, okay? So everybody understands how to do business. We remove barriers. We try to make it as easy as possible to forge those relationships. And thirdly, through KTI, we are funding the technology transfer system. So we want to build capability and capacity through the TTOs to reach out to industry. So KTI is a facilitator. We don't actually do technology transfer per se. We don't get involved in that operational process. This is why we fund the TTOs, and we fund them to develop capability, develop human capacity, etc., in that area to fulfill those objectives. Previously, we were known as CTTO, Central Technology Transfer Office. We're now called KTI Knowledge Transfer Ireland, and we're based in Enterprise Ireland, as I said. We're also funded by the IUA. We're a relatively small team. There's 5 in the team. Alison Campbell is the director. We have an industry advisory board of 9 members. We have a knowledge transfer stakeholder group, as is known, made up of 12 members. So it's not that KTI is up here, if you like, dictating or preaching, essentially, but we are very much a body that is looking to collaborate and work with communities. So one of the messages today very much is around, if you have ideas or observations or suggestions about what we're doing or how we're doing the business of collaboration, or you have suggestions, please come and talk to us. We're interested in hearing what's working and what's not working, essentially. Some of you may be familiar with, and actually, I'm off one slide there. Some of you may be familiar with the document Putting Public Research to Work for Ireland, and that was published in 2002. There was a group of experts brought together to understand and develop best practice in this whole area in terms of managing IP. And two strong recommendations came out of that. One was to develop a visible and predictable knowledge transfer system. Again, as I say, to ensure there's consistency of approach across the system. And number two, there was a very strong recommendation to set up Knowledge Transfer Ireland. So it was established in 2013 and formally launched in May 2014. So just to give you a sense, the funding that's gone into that to date, from 2007 to 2012, over 30 million euro has been invested through the technology transfer offices and systems. We're now into phase 2 of that program, where 22 million euro has been invested over a 4-year period up to 2016. Again, I don't expect you to read all that text, but just to give you a sense of what's going on in the system and what we're recording. And I know there's a debate about, chasing targets and metrics, but here's a slide anyway. If we take priority patent applications, 123 applications were filed in 2013. And measures of success for KTI, and there's many different ways of measuring successful collaborations, many different ways. This is just one way of doing it. And, like we've heard from previous speakers this morning and earlier on this afternoon, there may be better and more efficient ways of doing this, doing what we do and recording how we do what we do. But current measures of success for KTI are around seeing and observing increased numbers and sizes of engagements, seeing repeat engagements, very importantly, speeding up negotiations around IP. And we heard from previous speakers about easy IP access, etc., and the time it takes to negotiate a license, a secure license deal. And also clarity around compliance with state aid rules. So these are all important things for KTI, and these are some of the main objectives for us within KTI. So moving on in terms of, on a practical level, if you like, what do we offer? How do we reach out? Well, we have our website, and I'd certainly invite you all to come along and visit the website, familiarize yourself with the website. You can go onto the website. If you're in industry, a multinational, an SME, you want to get a sense of what's going on in the third level institutes, universities, IoTs, research performing organizations like Chagas or the Marine Institute, come onto our website. There's various search functions and engines on our website. So you can search by a research expert, search for under Research Center, for example. So this is just a slide from a presentation I gave a week or two ago. Some of these would be very familiar to yourselves in the audience in terms of entities, Tyndall, AIT, DCU, all the IoTs are there, Chagas, I mentioned previously. The research centres, SFI research centres, ICRAG, I see Kuna in the audience. ICRAG is the Geosciences, new Geoscience SFI centre. We have MARII, the Marine Renewables, Chagas, the Marine Institute. We have the EI, Technology Gateways. So again, if you land on our website or you want to find out anything about these organisations, come onto the website, put in your key search terms, and hopefully these organisations will come up. If you want to search by technology domain or subject area, for example, go onto the website and put in your search topics. And the other request I would have for any academics in the audience, please make sure that your details, your contact details, your expertise is up on our website. It's a fantastic opportunity to market what you do well, to market your expertise, your technology. If your university or research institute or centre provides a service, make sure that when people land on the KTI website that they're going to come across that. So again, come talk to us if your details aren't on the website. As I said, you can search by centres as well. Just coming to the last few slides, again, what we have up on our website are opportunities for license, okay? Browse the license opportunities, okay? So again, if you want to get a sense of, you've never engaged with the research performing organizations before, you're in industry, you're an SME, you've never done this sort of work before, have a look at the website and see what's available, see what sort of technologies are there, see what sorts of opportunities are there. For me, as I said, I'm new into the KTI team. This for me really, I think, I would probably find most valuable at this moment in time. So we have a guide to agreements. So it's a suite of resources with notes that provides a starting point for business when they want to collaborate with the academics, okay? So you'll find confidential disclosure agreements, model license agreements, model option agreements, evaluation agreements, materials transfer agreements. So that's a quick tour of what KTI is, why it was set up, what we're trying to achieve, what sorts of services are available. As I say, we provide funding to the technology transfer offices to actually on the ground do the operationals, okay? Actually put in place the expertise, the training and the advice and the support. But as I said to you, we're very interested in engaging with the communities. If you have ideas or feedback, please come and talk to us, because we're now hopefully moving to the next stage of funding, okay, following on from TTSI2, and we would very much love to hear from you. So that's really it for me. Anybody who hasn't done this sort of stuff before, if you've never engaged with the RPOs, have a go, come talk to us. There are a myriad of supports available, whether it's from KTI or whether it's direct from within the institutions themselves. Thank you very much.